allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Baker, would you do the roll call, please?
Mayor Steen.
Present.
Councilmember Large Anderson.
Present.
Councilmember Austin.
Present.
Helly.
Present.
Hagan. Fisher.
Present.
Enright.
Present.
King.
Present.
We have a quorum, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item 1 is a motion for adoption of the agenda. We need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item number 2 is a motion approving the minutes from January 16th, 2018. We need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nothing under awards and recognitions. Consent agenda. Need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Under bids and awards, number 5 is a series of resolutions that Stephen will explain to us.
Yeah, I'll just do all three at the same time if you don't mind, and then you can take action. All right. So this lift station telemetry project, that is we have 21 lift stations located throughout the community, sanitary sewer lift stations that help with flow in our sanitary sewer system. In order to monitor those lift stations, they currently run on a telephone line that is very old and antiquated. We have a lot of inconsistencies with the line when it rains. The system gets wet, short circuits, and causes us a lot of issues with communication back and forth. This telemetry project would provide a new radio system communication between the lift stations and the wastewater treatment plant for when we have high flow alarms or power outages, things like that, to communicate those alarms back to the treatment plant so that the appropriate staff can go and address the issue. We bid this project, and Automatic Systems was the low bidder at $157,600. In addition to that low bid, we also have some work that needs to be done at the wastewater treatment plant itself. There's some, if you recall, we had a SCADA project previously at the treatment plant, and this system would tie into that SCADA. But there's some programming that needs to be completed at the wastewater treatment plant. So we would propose extending a contract to Automatic Systems again for some work reprogramming at the treatment plant in the amount of $31,593. That work will be done on an hourly basis, not to exceed that amount. And Automatic Systems, they were the ones that did that SCADA project for us at the treatment plant here a couple of years ago. So it seems like a seamless transition with them. And then finally, because of the computer systems, the electrical background, and things that are involved with this project, we received a proposal from SEH to do some inspection after they've completed the first lift station project. We wanted to do some inspection to make sure that everything was right on that first one before they continue on to the next 20. So we have a proposal from SEH to do that work as well, $16,000. So those are the three items in front of you. All of those items add up to $205,193, and our estimated, or our budget for this project was $300,000. So we are well below budget, and we'd recommend moving forward with those three contracts.
I just have one question. What would be the, you were doing it, SEH doing it on the first project to make sure everything was fine. At the end of the project, is there an inspection?
Yeah. Yes, there'll be both. The main portion is at the very beginning. There's a checklist that the contractor needs to provide to make sure that they've checked off all the key components. SEH will inspect that, make sure everything looks good, and then send it through. But then also at the very end, that is where the lift stations and the coordination between the lift stations and the treatment plant starts. They'll test every lift station to make sure that they're getting the necessary alarms and things back at the treatment plant. So yep, there's testing that goes on at the end as well.
Thank you.
Council, any questions or comments? If not, we need a resolution for 5A, awarding bid for lift station telemetry.
So move the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Austin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Enright.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Second resolution B, approving a contract for wastewater treatment plant SCADA programming. We need that resolution.
So move the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Austin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Enright.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
And C, approving a contract for construction phase services. We need a resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Austin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Enright.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Under petitions and requests, 6 is the motion accepting an audit engagement letter from Clifton Larson Allen. Tom?
On an annual basis, state statutes require our financial statements to be audited by a certified public accounting firm. Once again, we have Clifton Larson Allen giving us a quote to perform the December 31st, 2017 audit. In total, it's $45,375, which is about a 1.74% increase over the prior year. We'd recommend approval of that, and just as we've noted in the past, if council would at some point in time want us to change from a local firm to somebody else, it probably takes several months to go through the bidding process, but again, they're a local firm who's recognized as one of the best government auditors in the state, so we'd recommend approval.
Council, anything to add? If not, we need a motion for 6.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed. Number 7 is a resolution amending the investment interest policy for the allocation into the building fund. Mr. Dankert.
Interest earnings continue to increase above prior years, but unfortunately, it still does not look like by the end of the year that there will be enough to allocate $450,000 of our interest earnings into the building fund for building projects like the original resolution was made in 1993. And we're proposing for 2018 to again leave it at the first $300,000 of investment earnings to go into the building fund. And then the building fund again is kind of your project fund. We're hopeful that by the end of 2018, the interest rates are high enough that it'll provide additional investment earnings that we could go back up to the $450,000 minimum. But right now, we're just asking to extend that till 2018 for the interest allocation.
Council, anything? If not, we need a resolution.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Austin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Enright.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Number 8 is a resolution approving a modified promissory note and subordination agreement with GNR Truck Wash. Tom?
As was discussed at the work session right prior to this meeting, the GNR Truck Wash is refinancing their banking relationship, and the new bank would like to have first place when it comes to any liens against the property. Right now, we have a promissory note that is in first place on that due to some strong waste charges back in 2013 that they are making monthly payments on. What we've agreed to do with the bank and at the work session, council agreed, was to take a second position and subordinate our loan to GNR Truck Wash's new bank in return for keeping current on all the strong waste charges, paying off an old assessment for $4,500 on the property, and paying $60,000 down on the $117,000 note that's out there that they've been paying on. In addition to that, we'd reduce their monthly payments on that loan from $2,200 down to $1,800 a month. We'd request approval of such.
Council, any questions? Comments? If not, we need a resolution for 8.
So moved resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Austin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Enright.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 8, we need a resolution for accepting donations to the city.
So moved.
Is there a second? Tom?
Councilmember Austin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Enright.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Anderson. Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 10 is a resolution authorizing a grant application with Minnesota DNR for the North Main Street Flood Control Project Phase 1. Mr. Lang.
Yes, as the council knows, this is a high priority project as part of our flood control program. So over the past few years, recently we've been working with the DNR to try to get grant dollars for this project. We haven't been successful on individual project dollars associated with the the DNR bonding, and but some dollars came free recently, and I touched base with our contact at the DNR, and they have dollars available for our project. These would be 2017 dollars. They're not part of the new upcoming legislative plan, but these are old dollars that we'd be able to use right away for this project. So we have a grant that to submit for $1,125,000 to the DNR. This would fund 50% of the overall project on Phase 1, which is located right across the street as part of the Rec Center project. And with this grant approval, there will be additional approvals that will come forward to the council, but this would help us meet our schedule to move forward with the projects, hopefully starting about May 1st of 2018.
Council, any questions or comments on 10? If not, we need a resolution.
So move the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Austin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Enright.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Next 11 is a motion appointing Jennifer Broughton to the Human Rights Commission, term expiring December 31st, 2019. Any questions? If not, we need a motion.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 12 is two resolutions approving a modified legal description for an Austin Township annexation. Ms. Wallace.
Your Honor, this was the Don Richardson property on 4th Drive Southwest. The initial legal description was overly broad and needed to be corrected.
Okay. Any comments? If not, we need a resolution rescinding the resolution 15551.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Austin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Enright.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. We need another resolution adopting a new annexation resolution.
So moved the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Austin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Enright.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 13 is a series of 4 motions authorizing the Planning and Zoning Department to remove junk and/or illegally stored vehicles at the following locations. A, 503 8th Avenue Southeast to Wakefield property. Need a motion.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? B is 1104 13th Avenue Northeast to Olson property. Need a motion.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? C, 1301 6th Avenue Northeast, the Eng property. Need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And finally, D, 301 Main Street South, Shell property. Need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we're done with our regular meeting. Are there any citizens that are here tonight, except for that want to address the council on any issues? This is the time to do it. Anybody here for that? If not, we will do reports and recommendations to the council. Judy, how did your thing go? Your dip?
My tape came loose.
I think I have it.
I know, and I sucked a little water.
I'll get it to you.
I made it out.
Oh, yeah. I saw you did.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good event.
Judy's team is always a highlight.
Yeah, we raised $28,000 this year.
Excellent.
Good
Okay.
job.
There's a lot of good events coming up yet. There's the game Saturday night at Riverside. There's a golf thing out at the fairgrounds on Sunday, the demo derby.
Oh,
So
great.
there's a
Okay.
lot of fun events still yet to happen.
Well, thank you. Stephen,
Nothing to report, Your Honor.
Jeff,
I have nothing, Your Honor.
Janet.
There was, just going on with Paint the Town Pink, there was a nice event in Rose Creek, so it's around the county, it's not just Austin, so and like Judy said, there's lots of things, so check out, go to the city website, and there's a link to Paint the Town Pink.
I wanted to mention that residents are invited to a free songwriting workshop tonight at the Austin Public Library with Americana band Rogue Valley. That's a grant funded from the Minnesota State Arts Board, and the That same group is doing school residencies all week, and then on Saturday night, there'll be a show at the Paramount, so.
What time does it start tonight?
In 15 minutes.
Okay, 6 o'clock.
So if we hurry through our work session, I'll go right
You get the tail end
write a
of it for
song.
sure.
Yeah, Kumbaya, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Paul?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Greg? Any reports?
No, Kim has one for us.
Yes,
Wait a
I,
minute, you said no, Kim has one for us. Which one?
I do not have one, and Kim,
Oh, I
but Kim
understand.
does.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yep, no, that's good.
I-
You got me, that's good.
Okay.
thank you, Mayor and
You have
Council.
one, Kim.
Yes, I am
It
just
better be
going
good now
to
after.
elaborate a little bit more about that Paint the Rink Pink event coming up on Saturday. Make sure you buy your tickets early. This
Okay, what
event
is it
normally
again? I'm
sells
sorry.
out.
I didn't hear you. What was it again?
The Paint the Rink Pink is Saturday.
Okay.
Puck drops at 7:05. Events start at 5. So there's some things happening in the arena. You can buy T-shirts for 15.
Better
Mr.
get there
Cooper
early,
is
too,
here
'cause
as
they-
well.
they sell
But
out every
I would
year.
get there early and buy your tickets early. You can get them at your 4 vendors still. Buy them early. Adults are 11.
Yeah.
Seniors and students are 8.
Okay, excellent.
So that time you can get into the arena is 5?
5 o'clock.
It's a rip-roaring event.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun.
Okay,
Isn't that
thank
it?
you.
Anybody else has any reports?
Nope.
Anybody else has anything they want to say? Otherwise, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn till February 20th, 2018 at 5:30 in council chambers.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're going to take a short break and we'll be back. Smaller conference room across the hall for our regularly scheduled work